What is VO2 max training and why will this make you better than every other athlete? So VO2 max training is training at maximum oxygen consumption, meaning that it's the maximum oxygen your body can consume during exercise. So doing this, you are pushing yourself really hard. It's not something easy where you go for a zone 2 run or you go for something like an easy run and you're just conversating at a certain pace, so you're just kind of breathing a little hard. You are breathing hard during this exercise, but you're not doing it for a long period of time. So this is 97 to 100% of your max heart rate, a pace you keep all out for about 10 to 12 minutes. So usually that's around, for guys, it's going to be around your 2 mile pace, depending on how fast you are. It might be, obviously 2 mile might be a little bit slower than that, like 13, 14, 15, 16 minutes. And you may have a faster 2 mile where you're running like 9:30, 9 minutes, 8 minutes, but I'd still say it's around your 2 mile pace. This, you're gonna do anywhere from 12 to 20 minutes of exercise per day. So you're gonna do 12 to 20 minutes of exercise per session, and you're doing this once to twice a week. So no more than twice a week. I'd recommend just doing this once a week. If you need to start out with 9 minutes, so doing like a 3x3, that would be okay, because you could start out with that. If you're someone who's very, very, very out of shape, or someone who is like, overweight, or someone who hasn't really been training like that, then I would say do that. But if you're someone who's in high school, in college, you're just a little bit out of shape, or you're just like your average person who starts running, I would start out with 12 minutes of this. Now, you're gonna be doing 2 to 5 minutes of running per run, per interval. So I don't like Dr. Pediatia's 3 to 8 minutes. I think you can go down to 2 minutes, and I think going above 5 minutes is just too much. I like how Jack Daniels coach talks about running at 2 to 5 minutes. I think doing 8 minutes and 7 minutes and even 6 minutes all out like that, it's just going to be too hard to do reps of that, because you're keeping a pace you can keep all out for about 10 to 12 minutes, and you're trying to maximize your heart rate also. You're trying to max your heart rate out. So you're going to be pushing yourself really hard, and to do multiple reps of 8 minutes, the most you're going to do is 2. And I just think there's no point to doing that. So I recommend doing 2 to 5 minutes. You can even go less than 2 minutes if you like, but I like to do at least 2 minutes, because you're building up a little bit of that endurance of pushing yourself for a certain period of time. What I want you to think about, there's 2 different analogies. Dr. Peter Attia talks about a pyramid, how the zone 2 is your base on how wide the pyramid gets, and your VO2 max is the peak on how high the pyramid gets. So you want to have, I like the bowling alley analogy, which is like a bowling alley is very narrow, and the more you increase your VO2 max, the wider the gutters get, so you can hit more strikes. Now obviously you need to be able to bowl it perfectly down the middle, which would be your zone 2 and the rest of your training. But to make it wider and make you more susceptible to stress, to be able to deal with more stress, you need to increase that by pushing yourself to these harder workouts. So, what workout should you do, and what workout would I recommend? There is a study proving that 4x4 Norwegian, the Norwegian 4x4 method, which is 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off, is the best way to increase your VO2 max. It's not to say doing 3x3 or 3x6, or sorry, 6x3 or 6x2 or 8x2, or doing some other type of variable is not going to be good, and you're not going to increase your VO2 max. It's just saying that doing the Norwegian 4x4 has been proven to be the best. So that's what I would start out with, is doing like 3x4 and then bumping up to 4x4. And just sticking with that 4x4, and if you want to increase it to 5, maybe even 6 minute intervals, you can, to push yourself a little bit. And if you want to do more reps, go a little bit lower. I feel like you need to do more reps. The rest you should be taking is about the same as the interval. So if you're doing a 4-minute interval, take about a 4-minute rest. Once you get in really good shape, you could do like a 3:30 rest, like a 3-minute rest, but never less than a minute. So if you do like a 2-minute interval, you have to at least take a minute of rest and no more than 2 minutes. If you're doing a 3-minute interval, 2 to 3 minutes, and so on and so forth. Now, there is one secret tip I'm going to share with you guys that can improve your VO2 max by double if you do this. Now, keep in mind, this is just some studies that have been done on this, and proving that if you train heart rate variability, which is basically heart rate variability is the beats between your the time between your heart beats. So basically your heart is not beating every second. If it's at 60 beats per second, or 60 beats per minute, it's not beating every second. It could beat at 0.8, 1.3, so on and so forth. The longer it is, the more rested you are. So the longer it is, the more rested you are and more recovered you are. So the higher heart rate variability you have, the more rested you are. To give you an example, my average heart rate variability is around 34. So if I have like a 17 one day, I know I'm not rested, and I probably shouldn't train my VO2 max, my hard training, on that day. But if I have a day where I'm 50, 60, you know, I could be upwards of even, I've had upwards of 70, but let's just say I have a day where I'm like 34 to like 44. I feel very rested. That would be a day to train my VO2 max because I'm more rested, and I'm gonna improve my VO2 max more because I can recover better and push harder through that workout. So do hard training sessions on your recovered days. But if you have your heart rate variability low one day, and then the next day it's low, and then the next day it's low, and like 3 days in a row it's low, and you keep putting off doing your VO2 max training, don't do that. Just take off one day if you feel like your heart rate variability is very low. You check it, it's very low. You use your Apple Watch, whatever watch you have, or whatever way you could check it. It's very low. Or you feel very crappy, you don't feel rested, you feel like you had a bad night of sleep or something happened that you know you're not rested and you just feel very crappy. Take a day, do something easy, do a zone 2 session, which I'll talk about in other videos. Do a zone 2 session, an easy run, and then go and do your hard VO2 max training the next day. But if you feel rested, go on and do your VO2 max training, push yourself, and do that Norwegian 4x4, because trust me, you're gonna improve really fast. So the takeaways are, don't do more than 5 minutes, don't do less than 2 minutes unless you really want to, but don't do less than 2 minutes. Take the same amount of recovery as the interval you did. Make sure you're doing this once to twice per week maximum, and make sure you're training on the days you feel most recovered. Don't train on the days where you feel super tired and super sick, because if you do, you're not going to get the benefits out of it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like to see any other videos like this, comment down in the comment section below what videos you guys like to see. And also, click that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. I'm going to be posting many videos on how to run faster and how to train. So click that subscribe button and check out this video over here because YouTube thinks you're going to like this one.